Good morning. Whatever you're doing this Valentine's Day, whether it's a candlelit meal for one or 5 of you sharing some snacks together, whatever it is, we hope you know God's love for you today. Many people want to know more of God's love, want to experience it for themselves. They also want to know how to share it with others, their children or their grandchildren. We hope today that through 2 stories, one from a fairly recent Disney movie and one from the Bible, will help us to know and experience God's love and to share it with others.
Our children and our dog, and I confess myself and Sarah, have really enjoyed the snow this week. But at times it's been extremely cold, bitter, and the type of cold that's chilled you to the bone. And whilst we haven't quite made an Olaf, we did enjoy making a snowman. I have found myself thinking about the film Frozen. There's a scene towards the end of Frozen where Sven is seeking out Anna in the belief that true love will reverse the frozen spell that her sister Elsa accidentally put on her. But it turns out that's not right, that the true love is between the 2 sisters, and that does break the spell. And after the spell is broken, then spring begins to emerge, and the frozen heart is melted, and from the melting of the frozen heart comes the thawing out of relationships and people's lives.
When the troll tells Anna and Kristoff that they need an act of true love to save Anna's life, they assume that must mean romantic love, love's first kiss. But it turns out that it's actually Anna herself who performs the act of love, and it is the ultimate act of love that she gives her life. She denies her chance to be saved in order to save her sister's life. And in saving Elsa's life, she loses her own. But then we see that the power of love is so strong and so great that the ice is thawed and Anna comes back to life. And then Elsa sees that the power of love is so great, it is the antidote to the ice and the frozenness that she has not been able to manage. And so she pours out her love upon her kingdom, and her kingdom is restored, and spring is brought back, and there is warmth and joy and laughter again. When we look for acts of love in our lives, we often look to romantic love, relational love, or love of a hobby or a vocation or a career that will fulfill us. And those things can be wonderful, beautiful, good, and they are gifts from God, but they can also let us down. We're always left with a risk that a relationship or a pursuit of any kind will somehow fail or let us down. It's only as good as it lasts. But in Jesus we see a fullness of love, because he, like Anna, does the ultimate thing. He gives everything, his whole life, to saving us and loving us. And we see then in the crucifixion and resurrection that it is the power of God's love that enables Jesus to rise again and live forever. And in so doing, we can come into relationship with Jesus and live forever in a relationship that will never fail. It will never let us down. It will never run cold, and it will always be there. He will always be there for us.
Is it a bird? Is it a squirrel?
No, that's Zacchaeus scrambling up a tree.
Zacchaeus? Who's he?
Zacchaeus? Well, he is the local meanie, the local bully.
But why is he up a tree? Is he okay? I mean, is he quite well?
Yes, he's just trying to catch a glimpse of Jesus.
Why does Zacchaeus want to see Jesus?
Is it a bird? Is it a squirrel? No, that's Zacchaeus scrambling up a tree. And I'm Jesus. But why are you up a tree? I would love to see you. In fact, I'm coming to your house today. Is it a bird? Is it a squirrel?
No, don't be silly, Jesus. It's a mutton casserole.
Lovely mutton. And by the way, why were you up a tree?
Just trying to catch a glimpse of you, Jesus.
Oh, how wonderful. You see, I wanted to catch a glimpse of you too.
Why did you want to catch a glimpse of me, Jesus?
Oh, because I love you.
But you do know who I am, right? The local meanie? The local bully?
Yeah, of course I do. And you know who I am, right?
Yeah, you're Jesus, the, God-man?
So why did you want to catch a glimpse of me, Zacchaeus?
Well, I heard that you you do things to help people.
I come to their houses for tea,
That's it?
and I love them.
But you do know who I am, right? The local meanie? The local bully?
Are we going to go round in circles like this all night, Zacchaeus?
Is it a bird? Is it a squirrel? No, it's Zacchaeus.
That can't be Zacchaeus. He's wearing a smile.
He's being kind and good.
He's been with Jesus.
You can tell.
Sure, I can tell. It's always happens when someone's been with Jesus.
Even someone like him.
Especially someone like him.
But he's not good.
You don't have to be good to be loved by Jesus. He still loves you no matter how bad you're doing.
Are you sure?
When I was 5 or 6, I was worried that Jesus didn't love me. I was trying to settle into bed, but I couldn't. Jesus started saying to me, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. But I couldn't get to sleep up because he kept saying, I love you. So I said, that's enough, Jesus. But he said, one more time. And then he said, I love you.
So when we say, does God love us, or where is his love, it can be hard for us to find it. I know for me personally, if I look for historical evidence or if I look in the Bible, it can be hard to find where he actually loves me. But when we look into ourselves full of God's love, we can finally understand where that love comes from. We have to look into ourselves to really understand, and I know that really works for me.
I think what Joel's saying there is that it doesn't have it written in the Bible that Jesus went around saying, I love you, I love you, I love you. But I think Jesus is shown to demonstrate his love more than he actually says it in those words. But I also think that God speaks to us personally and shows us love in individual ways according to who we are. And for me, talking and listening, conversation's a really important part of who I am. So one of the ways that God has shown me that he loves me is by talking with me personally. And one of the times that I think the time that I knew God really loved me was when he called me by name, and it's a whole big story, but he called me by name, and I suddenly knew that I was a person that had value and worth, and that he really did love me because he had spoken to me and called me by name. How do you know that Jesus loves Levi?
About I love him.
You love him?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right.
Levi, how do you know that Jesus loves you?
And by playing CBB, I love him.
You love him. The most common way we experience love is through other people. And my experience of love had been broken and damaged because I've been married and divorced. And after I married Sarah, on the first night of our honeymoon, I was feeling kind of quite mixed up about that, about being loved and being loving. And that night I had a dream in which an angel appeared to me. It just looked like a person, but I knew in my dream that it was an angel. And I didn't feel loved. And the angel said, look. And I looked down and I'd been, the only way I can describe it is like branded or stamped. And right through my heart was this branding of love. And I knew that I was loved. I knew that Jesus accepted me. And by accepting Jesus' love, it helps me show love.
Over the mountains and the sea, your river runs with love for me. And I will open up my heart and let the healer set me free. I'm happy to be in the truth, and I will daily lift my hands, for I will always sing of when your love came down. I could sing of your love forever. 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 Over the mountains and the sea, your river runs with love for me. And I will open up my heart and let the healer set me free. I'm happy to be in the truth, and I will daily lift my hands, for I will always sing of when your love came down. I could sing of your love forever. 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 Oh, I feel like dancing. It's foolishness, I know, but when the world has seen the light, they will dance with joy like we're dancing now. I could sing of your love forever. I could sing of your love forever. I could sing of your love forever. I could sing of your love forever.
What ways can you think of to share God's love with someone this week? Make a card and send it to someone. Maybe make a heart to give to someone. How about simply telling someone what they mean to you? Let someone know you've been thinking of them and ask them how they are doing. You could even make a little video of you singing a special song or doing a special dance. Or maybe you could arrange a time to drink tea or watch the same film as somebody via Zoom or WhatsApp or watch party on Disney or Amazon. Whatever you do, try and help someone else feel special and loved. In our weekly film this week, we've seen how Zacchaeus was so full of Jesus' love that he wanted to pay it forward. In fact, it appears that Zacchaeus has been climbing trees all over the estate where we live and leaving clues about what love is like. Whether or not you've seen the film, if you live near us, go to Camulus Academy. Opposite the school, there is a green. On the green, see if you can find the hearts in different colours. Which one has the best message for you on it? One of them tells you how to find a free craft and chocolate prize. We hope you enjoy this half-term activity.